Hi, Nilla Spark from Your Spiritual Journeys, and you haven't heard from me for about 3 days. The reason being is that we've been in the midst of John of God, and it's been an incredible experience. It's something that is really hard to explain in just a few minutes. However, what I've been thinking about is when I get home, about 10 days after I get home, which is about the 14th of June, I'm going to put together a webinar whereby I can really go in depth on exactly what happens here. It's just an incredible, I don't know, it's really hard. The words are difficult to put together. And if there's anything that you want to ask me about my experience or our experience here, please don't hesitate to leave me a question in the comment box. I'd like to share something with you about my experience. We went to see John of God on the Wednesday, and I won't go into too much, but that was that. Then on the Thursday, I had a day where I was basically on my own, and we were at the lookout, which is the most beautiful lookout over the, I think they're called the Goa Plains, and it started to rain, and for some reason we were getting rained upon inside this deck. So I thought, it's starting to really start to rain heavily, so I thought I'll just run to go undercover. Ran I did, and in Nilla style, because she can only do it in style, I splayed head first, or arms, like I reckon it would have been the best dive that you'd ever seen. Any rugby tacklers out there, you know what I'm talking about. And I was drenched from head to toe. Wet t-shirt competition, eat your heart out. I got up, I was dismayed as to what the hell had happened. Got up, walked up towards the table undercover. There was nobody around to help me, and then this guy just appeared with some tissues, because I looked down my leg, and this is the wound, and the blood was just pouring out of my leg. So I cleaned it up with some tissue. Somebody came along and said, you know, moved it, no, it's not broken. And then this young girl was trying to communicate with me, because here they speak Portuguese. You get people from all over the world, but predominantly it's all Portuguese and Spanish. So this girl was trying to talk to me and say, you know, what's happened? You know, you okay? And I was going, you know, like blood pouring out of my leg, going, I don't know. So anyway, she left. Next thing, she brings back one of the head people from John of God that speaks English and French, and she's the one that translates, and she's a guide for John of God here. And she says, oh, what's the problem? And I showed her. She says, oh, you have to come to the infirmary. But before we can do that, you have to go and see John of God. Oh my God, Nilla has to always create a scene and the big staged entrance. I am wet, head to toe, literally. My clothes are absolutely sticking to me, and she's taken me through the crowds, past the lines of the people queuing up to see John of God, pushed past everybody to the John of God chair, and asked permission if I was able to go to the infirmary. So into the infirmary I went. They checked it out, made sure that it was clean, put something on it, put a bag of ice on there, and left me in there for, I don't know, half an hour. I'm not sure. I left there and I was in a little bit of pain, but truly when I saw it, it was, you know, like blood gushing out. This was really revolting. There was a big bruise there, and here I am, like 2 days later. You can hardly see where I've been stabbed, so to speak. There's no bruise, or a little bit of a bruise on my leg, and I can walk normally. If this had happened at home, I'd probably be on crutches, because I would have been in so much pain. So how do I explain this? I can't. Did it happen? It sure did. This is proof that it did happen. So there's so many more stories. I saw something else that was miraculous yesterday, where we were standing having our soup in the grounds, and there's this woman who was all contorted in her wheelchair, and these people helped her onto the bars and, you know, unravelled her feet and her hands that were all crippled, and put her on the bars, and she took a step, the first step, and we were there to witness that. They asked us to photograph and film it. It was a really special moment. little miracles like that have been happening these last 3 days. So with that, I'll just say this is Nilla Spark. Remember, if you want to be, you want to learn more about our experience here, I have a few people telling their experience that are with me as well. Just let me know what questions you'd like and sign up for the webinar, because I think it's going to be a really powerful and interesting, and you might even want to join me on a journey over here to John of God. So remember that travel can make a difference, one heartfelt moment at a time.